From Waxahatchee. Let's start over. That's a tough one.
From Wexup.
Okay, ready?
From Schenectady, New York.
3, 2, 1. From Waxahachie, Texas to Joplin, Missouri. From the Chelsea market in Massachusetts, then out of Boston in a hurry. Let's ride.
Hang on. You butchered the entire thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
What did
That's
I do?
all right.
Massachusetts.
I can
This-
never say that right. It's okay. I can be
Yeah.
made fun of.
Yeah, this is the part that should be left in.
Ian's been making fun of me for that. For that.
I've
for
even
years.
started saying Massachusetts.
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 Well, anyway, from Massachusetts, let's ride.
Okay, one more time. Ready?
Yep.
From Waxahachie, Texas to Joplin, Missouri. From the Chelsea market in Massachusetts, then out of Boston in a hurry. Let's ride. We want to ride shotgun with you for the next hour, talking trucking with Deaton and Doty.
We need a truck horn on that one.
Okay, I think I did butcher it.
Make
It's
sure we
okay.
leave the first one in too.
I've been saying Massachusetts the same way for years, and Ian, he does it now.
Yeah. You should just say Mass.
Yeah, I should have, but
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, so let's ride. Today on the show, joining us, we've got Johnny 5, who's been on before, Jim Mackey from Ray Nieto, In the News with Ian Dunlap, Wide World of Sports with Joel Howle, and Talkin Truckin with Kumar. And then we'll take out the show with our 3 drivers who were on there that I mentioned, with some stories on the road. How's it going, Mike?
What's up, man? How you guys doing today?
Good. How was your weekend?
Good. Yeah. Got,
Anything? Do anything fun?
Catch
same
any
thing
fish.
every weekend. Went fishing. Ran the boat aground.
Oh, really?
How
Yeah.
did you do that?
Just like
Where I
for
fish,
color?
we fish inshore, and I fish shallow. Like I fish a lot of times. I'm fishing in a foot of water or so, and my boat will run in, a little bit less than a foot of water. But I was trying to get back into this back creek and was doing about 45, 50, trying to get back there, and slid it across to the about 10 feet from where it got deeper into the hole, and then I came to the stop. So had to crawl out and wade fish for a while till the tide came up. There's a video online. My brother and son. So I was over fishing. My brother and son made a video. He's
Of
over
this
there.
whole incident?
Well, they show how shallow the boat is, and then my son's over there getting a bucket of water and pouring it over there, and you hear my brother saying, "Yep, about 3,000 more. Just keep getting more buckets of water." And he's just in the middle of the water, getting buckets of water and ain't gonna do nothing. He's just in the middle of the ocean.
If you got a good picture or video of that, Mike, you need to send
Yeah,
it.
there is. It's on
through.
Facebook. I'll share it on.
Or just
on
send
the,
it to Matthew or Kumar or Zach, and we'll put it on the show.
Yeah, I'll put it on the Talkin Truckin Facebook page also.
Okay, cool. I had a pretty good weekend. So Friday night, I got to play golf with my buddy John. We played 18 holes. I was terrible, but it was fun. And then Saturday, John's brother-in-law got tickets to the 4 tickets, 2 for him and his wife. And then John's wife couldn't go, so he invited me to the senior tour at Firestone, the Bridgestone tournament. And that was my first time at a professional golf event, and that was really cool. Got Steve Stricker won. I got his autograph he won on Sunday, but I got it after the round on Saturday. And then one really cool thing on the 16th hole, they call it the Monster at Firestone. It's a 620 or 30 yard par 5. So we had seats right in the front row of the bleachers when they come down right in front of the green. And Ernie Els, who's a legend in golf, he hit his ball right below me. So I was literally sitting on a seat 5 feet from him, looking down. And I was whispering to him, like, "Come on, Ernie, you got this." And he kind of looked up and smiled, and then he chipped on and birdied the hole. And then he looked up at me and smiled and threw his ball to me. and I caught the ball.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was really cool moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then so that was already starting out to be a great weekend, and then Sunday, Tina and I decided, we're just happy to be out, and after everybody I know feels the same, being locked up in quarantine in their house for a year, so we went hiking up in the Cleveland. Ian, that's not a metro park? That's a national park, right?
The Cuyahoga Valley. The Cuyahoga Valley National
Park. Yeah. So we went to the there's some big cliffs and stuff there. I forget what it's called. The Ledges at Kendall.
Yeah, that's actually Zach's one of Kumar's favorite hiking spots is the Ledges right there.
Yeah,
so you know where
that's
I'm
my
talking
favorite.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we spent the day hiking through there. There's a farm down there. So about I think it was 3-4 o'clock. We went to Zale's farm, and it's a sweet corn farm. It's been there my whole life because I grew up not too far from there. And they sell food, and they make hot, sweet corn, butter it up for you, and it's really cool. And then we went to, where the covered bridge is, Zach?
Yeah.
Zach?
Kumar.
Kumar. Yeah. Yeah. I think, Ian, we've been there, right?
Yeah. I think I've taken you there.
So there's a creek. The water was running. It was nice. So we got to walk, kind of hiked up through the creek. That was really cool. It was a hot day, so it felt good. And then, like I said, we ended it at the Zale's farm, and we ate some sweet corn and hot dogs there. It was great.
How many hot dogs?
Well, speaking of hot dogs,
So I want to hear this. So I didn't look it up. I don't know the answers, and
Okay.
I have my guesses. So ask the question for this.
Okay,
I want to find out the answer.
I got a couple people here that still have to answer. I wrote down some answers. I called out to Meadowlark, the home office, and got some answers, what they thought. Closest person to the right answer wins $20. I'll Cash App you, Venmo, whatever we need to do. And the person who's the least closest wins this can of Vienna sausages on my desk, and I'll send it to you.
That's a great prize.
Great.
So the question is, how many hot dogs will Americans consume over the 4th of July holiday weekend this weekend?
As a nation, not like
As a
single people.
nation, how many hot dogs will we consume? And I'm including Alaska and Hawaii and any American territory. So, Mike Doty?
I'm at 75 million.
Doty, 75 million. I got some answers already from some people in the office. I'm going to go over those. But, Kumar, what do you say?
I'm going to go 500 million.
500 million. So a little over a couple dogs a person.
Yeah, per person.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
just wait.
Oh, and
2 or
that's about
3.
1.5 dogs
Yeah.
per person in the U.S. I think, right? 330 million.
Including like 100-year-olds and 1-second-year-olds.
Matthew, what do you say? How many hot dogs will Americans consume over this holiday weekend?
I would say 3 million.
3 million. Ray?
I'm gonna go with 100 million.
100 million. Johnny 5?
666 million.
There we go.
666
Good
million.
number.
Speaking from experience.
Exactly,
Jim
about
Mackey?
2 per person.
58 million.
58 million. Okay. I'm going to read some of the other answers, and I think some of them were pretty interesting. So I asked Nikki in our office, Nikki Bloom, she said 3 million. Zach Kern said, our producer, said 13.2 million. Tina said 3.5 million. Carol said 4 million. Our driver Prince said 500 million. He's pretty ambitious about the hot dog eating in America.
That was my number.
JB Hunt. We were booking a load for Prince, so I had
Random broker.
random guy had JB Hunt. once Zach made the deal on the load, I asked him. I said, well, I have a question for you, so we need an answer, and he did. He gave us an answer. He broke it down, didn't he, Zach?
Yeah, he was like, "Okay, we're gonna divide that by 100.
Yeah,
exclude the toddler."
Excluded the toddlers, multiple adults, or adults eating multiple dogs, and he said 700 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's gonna watch the show to find out.
Ambitious.
My mom and dad. I called my mom and dad,
God.
and also I'm gonna send you a picture, Matthew, of my mom and dad, so you can put it up on the show because she was very proud of their answers. So she sent me a picture of them, so everybody knows who they are. My mom said 5 million. My dad very proudly said 2 billion in hot dogs, and it was his final answer. Nikki Bissett, 6 million. Cody, 1.2 million. Jim Stonkus, our CEO, said 8 million. His wife Kay said 50,000. I said 50,000. She said, "Yeah, I think most people are going to go with the hot." She said most people are going with the hamburgers.
50,000.
Jennifer Williams out at Metal Arc said 2 million. Robert Selby said 300 million, basically a hot dog per person. Ian Dunlap said 14 million. Brian at Truckworx said 1 million. Patrick Thomas from Truckworx said 100 million. And then I think we covered the rest.
Jeff Hickson said
10
million.
10 million for Jeff at Echo.
So stop keeping us in suspense.
So here's the right answer, guys.
Can I get a drum roll?
Drum roll.
Say 90.
150 million hot dogs.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I was
just a little off.
I will have to.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
70.
More than I thought.
Also,
I think your dad was the closest
Who was
one on that
closest?
with
Yeah.
2 billion.
Mandy Roth, the owner of Metal Lark, said 900. I just got a late text from her. She said 980 million.
So who's the closest then?
So the
I am.
closest
Doty.
is
wow.
no, because Ray said 100 million.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, Ray,
Ray
got
would
it.
be so far. Okay, there's a tie because Patrick Thomas at Truckworx, he's the finance manager out there. And,
He looked it
He
up.
gave 100 million too.
He said 100 million.
He
No,
looked
they
it up.
didn't. No, they didn't look it up. Let me see if anybody else was within.
So
50
what you
million.
got to do now is split the can of Vienna sausages. Send them to
Oh,
us
that
in
goes
a
to his
Ziploc
dad.
bag.
The Vienna
Yeah,
sausages
split it.
go to my dad for sure. He was the furthest away.
Oh, okay.
The second furthest away was Mandy Roth.
Oh, I thought the winner got the Vienna sausage.
Who was like furthest away in the least?
What's that?
Like the smallest number?
Who
said? K.
Kay was well, they were still further away, but Kay said
Right.
Kay Stonkus said that's Jim, our CEO's wife, said 50,000. She was really leaning big on hamburgers, so so that's that. I thought that was a really cool question for this week. And I
What was
go ahead.
what was the other question though? What was the other one?
Well, that's coming up on Questions with Kumar. Joel's
Okay.
going to ask that on
Okay.
Questions with Kumar.
Okay.
So,
I
and
think
by
you
the
gave me the right answer.
and by the way, most people don't see Kumar very often. He's always on the show, but Christian Sneed's on vacation, so Kumar is sitting at the Dawson desk.
Yep, I'm the new Sneed.
Dawson.
I'll be going over all the DOT and ACT and
Yeah.
DOT
ACT.
and all that.
We're going over the ASPCA about trucking.
How are the Tinder rejections looking this week?
Yeah, Kumar.
Oh,
He hasn't. He hasn't.
I haven't.
Rejected
I've
any
been
chicken
rejected
tenders.
multiple times, so the Tinder rejection is very high. So,
Where's the hot places to send people?
Yeah.
Kumar.
man,
Texas.
yeah, Texas. I hear Washington. They got cherries. Cherries are big.
Good
Cherries
answer.
are big. So
What about avocados?
You should have
Where are they
actually
coming
put the
out?
background of the Dawson office behind Kumar.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we see if we can make that happen. So what about the avocados, Kumar? Where are they coming from?
I think they're Mexico, right? Mexico
Yeah.
for sure. They got.
Ding, ding,
I
ding,
mean,
ding.
they're hot,
Canada?
but their tender rejection is low. Avocados high. Don't know what I'm saying, but
Sounds good.
Let me give you guys a little bit of a market update this week, and then we'll get on to Mike's guys. The load to truck ratio this week: van 6.42 loads to one truck. Reefer, 14.21 to one truck, and both of those are up from last week. Flatbeds down 24% month over month. So the 60.57 loads to one truck. And if you guys remember, I think with about 2 months ago, it was 100 loads to one truck for flatbeds. So it's pretty substantially down from 2 months. Still a lot of loads to a truck, though, 60 to 1. To give you an idea, van LA, and we talked about this last week, Los Angeles to Phoenix, in a van, $4.44 plus fuel on that short run. And Ian, what was the fuel surcharge this week? 39?
Yeah, I think it's still at 30.
Stayed at 39.
Yeah, it stayed at.
Yeah. So just about $5 a mile, close to it with fuel included. LA to Stockton, California. So give you another idea of a shorter lane, $4.25 plus fuel. And then van Atlanta to Orlando, $3.89 plus fuel. Reefer, couple examples, Albuquerque to Denver, $3.26 plus fuel. And Albuquerque right now, I think most of what's coming out of there, I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but is onions. So that's a big area for onions. And I did read earlier in the week there's a shortage of trucks for onions.
Good thing we can haul those, right?
Yeah, well, it depends on how they load them. So totes, they're fine.
Need a vent
Or vented van, but I don't think that you
Just
can
take
put
a
'em on
chainsaw
vented
to your van.
I don't know.
or pickaxe.
Albuquerque to Orlando, $2.58 plus fuel, and that's on the reefer. And then Albuquerque to Atlanta, $2.43 plus fuel. Laredo outbound to Atlanta, $3.07 plus fuel. And Houston to Lubbock, Texas, $3.32 plus fuel. Just to give you an idea of that inner Texas run, Houston's really hot. There's a lot of freight coming out of there, a lot of volume, and the rates are really good.
Yeah, it has been pretty hot for the past couple weeks now.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to go to Houston. You should do really well coming out. Vegas to Salt Lake, I threw that out there last week. And this is on flatbed, $3.23 plus fuel. And like I said, I don't think there's a lot of volume, but that's the rate again for Vegas to Salt Lake. And then the national average rate per mile plus fuel, van $2.38 plus fuel, national average reefer $2.75 plus fuel, and flatbed $2.71 plus fuel. So having shared all that, Mike, what are you seeing on rates and how you've been running your guys this week?
Yeah, I ran them real similar, same way I did last week. I've just been running them short runs. Even on the weekend, I've been finding something that delivers on a Saturday or Sunday and something else you can pick up.
Kumar, what have you been seeing rate per mile?
Like 12 rates per mile.
Right.
There we go.
12 rates per mile.
So
You need to get a fleet going for you.
Yeah, we do.
right.
See how that does.
But yeah, I've just been running them short. They've been doing well pretty much on the East Coast and down
We're
to.
gonna hang on, Mike. We're gonna give Ray to Kumar since it's kind of an easy one. He
There you
doesn't
go.
run that much.
Yeah, you need to drive
Yeah. Yeah, so Kumar Sneed is going to be my dispatcher.
Kumar Sneed. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
He's in charge.
All right, go ahead, Mike. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I mean, I'll share my screen here if I can, and I'll show you a couple of guys. Again, just ran them short. Let's see. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So that's Dala. He pretty much just ran the East Coast, and then he's going home for the holiday weekend in Springfield and got him a load right home. He did well last week and real good this week. 92.50, 306 a mile, all miles, not just loaded. So yeah, and he'll be home for the weekend. And I actually already got him a load out, 700 miles over to Colorado. I got him 3650 on it. Usually I don't go into Colorado, but got him like 470 a mile going in there. So
Where's he going to? Where's he delivered to in Colorado?
just outside of Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to get. I don't know if he's going home from there or what, but I think I saw on the DAT outbound van it was like $1.40 or give or take around there plus fuel. So you should be able to get close to $2.
Yeah, and I got the money going in. So I
Yeah.
mean, I got him for I think it was 470. I got it. It picks up right at his. He lives in Springfield. Picks up right in Springfield and goes just outside of Denver. And yeah, I got him right at 470 a mile. I think it was. It was like 3650 on 7 something.
So how's Dalla doing? No more doors fell off his trailer.
No,
He's holding
no.
good.
He's doing awesome. Yeah, he's just going home for the holiday weekend and coming back out Tuesday.
Wonder how many hot dogs he'll eat.
Right.
Billion.
And then this is my van guy, my company driver. I just ran him pretty much same way, short loads up through the Midwest. And Georgia's been well. Louisiana's been doing well. I think that's part of Houston being hot. But yeah, he did 94.80, 280 a mile there. And he was the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We
That was
caught.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
So Ian,
So
check this out.
We went in to pick up a load, and he sends me he goes and gets weighed, and he finally got loaded. I don't know, it was 8 o'clock at night or something like that. And he sends me the ticket, and he's overweight by like 1,000 pounds over gross. And he only had like a quarter tank of fuel. And so he goes back to get unloaded. They won't touch the freight until the broker okays it. And the whole time he's saying to me, man, it
So
feels...
it was after hours, Mike? So you couldn't get a hold of them?
Yeah, well, I was dealing with after hours, the broker for after hours. And they finally got back to me at like 10 o'clock or whatever it was. And by that time, the receiver was closed. But yeah, they weren't going to touch it. They weren't going to take anything off until it was okay. So then the next morning,
the night he had to
lost
stay
the
there.
night. Yeah, and the whole time he's telling me, he's saying, man, it feels, the gauges look like it's not overweight. It doesn't feel overweight. So have you ever known a cat scale to be that far off? I was like, no, maybe 100 pounds, but not, 1,000 pounds or 2,000 or whatever. So he goes back the next morning, and I have contact with the broker, and the broker's like apologizing. We'll go back. We'll get it taken off. So we go back, and the warehouse guys are like, man, it shouldn't be overweight. Can your truck haul,
I already know.
whatever? And I said,
We'll get
he's
Kumar's
like, yeah,
opinion too.
it's, a normal truck and trailer. We can haul 40, close to 45, 44, 5, something like that.
Yeah.
And the guys in the warehouse ask him what the name of the company is and what his truck number is. Well,
That's all printed. Drivers, Jim and Ray and Johnny 5 will tell you it's all printed on your cat scale ticket because you give them your truck or trailer number. I forget now. It's been a while, and your company, and so it's printed right on your ticket.
So he tells them, and the guy's like, this isn't your ticket. And he's like, what? And he looks, and it had a different company name, and it had a trailer number on there, and the trailer number was 6742, and my trailer number 6785. But still, the company was completely different. He sent me the ticket. I never noticed it. He never noticed it. I had to call the broker, and I mean, she was really nice from the beginning. She was going to get us paid, get stuff taken off, and then I had to apologize up, and I said, I'm sorry. It was completely on us. He was given the wrong ticket.
Man.
So you got
Wrong-
some driver
Yeah,
1,000
take
pounds
down the road
overdrove.
overgrowth.
That took off
Yeah,
down the road.
that's running, right?
So he lost it. Hey, Kumar, what would you have done?
I would have. Now listen, this is a pretty technical answer, but I probably would have checked to make sure the ticket was right off the bat.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because there was one time I went to a baseball game, and I got to the gate, and I realized I got there at the wrong time, and it was actually for the next day, and I should have checked my ticket.
Oh.
So
that makes sense. So we can all learn a lesson from this, right?
Right. Yeah, read the whole ticket. And I'm horrible at attention to detail, stuff like that. I'll be the first to admit I'm horrible at that. I didn't catch it.
Who is writing on the screen?
And then
That's Johnny 5.
I just realized I could do that. Sorry, guys.
Wait, is alive?
That's funny.
He's alive.
So
I was gonna guess that they left a forklift on the truck or on the trailer.
Oh, that would have been right. That would have been hilarious because it actually was sealed up, and he couldn't break the seal until they did it. But no, we were given the wrong scale ticket.
That's
Cost
crazy.
us a day, and I had to apologize to the broker teller.
Tom Potts is a great driver, and so Tom, make sure you look at your ticket, like Kumar would have, and also it's kind of on Mike too. He should have.
Yeah, he sent it to me. I didn't even see it either.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, right.
Kumar.
Coming from Coom.
Attention to detail.
How do you erase that? Let's get that off
I
the
don't know.
screen.
Here. Oh, he did it for all of them. So this is
There we go.
and this was Robbie. He came out of the house and had to go, or no, last week he came out of the house, had to go to a wedding for the weekend, and then this is out of the wedding, back home for 4th of July. 5388, 297 a mile. He came out Monday. He'll be home Friday morning. So not bad. He's home. Well, wedding last weekend and home for the holidays this weekend. And then Lee did well. He was 8100 at 286 a mile. I don't know. He was happy. He got to stop by the house and play some game, hide the or something. He was calling it with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
I don't know.
Should I ask?
He
right
was-
over my head.
That's even better. So I don't know.
I
He was
thought you
playing
was
some
talking
game.
about a real, like, it's like cornhole that they do down in that they do down in
Kept
Alabama.
talking about
You're not making it any better.
Oh, no.
stopping by the
The more you
house.
talk, the worse it gets.
Okay, we got
So-
we're gonna need some air horns.
Yeah. So he was 8,100. Here, I'll stop the share. So yeah, he was 8,100, 286 a mile, but still well above those DAT averages on all miles. So yeah, they did really well, and Lee came out of the house happy because he played his game.
Yeah, I like Lee. He's such a good dude, and
Now we gotta have him on. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have to have him on soon. He came in the office, I don't know, a week or so ago when he was coming through here. We got to spend a little time with him. We had a good time.
About broke my hand off.
The dude
Oh
is
my
really
God.
strong, man. And then Joel looks at him, and he's got some big forearms, and Joel looks at him, and Joel's
Cowered in
like,
fear.
Joel's like, I was standing there. Joel's like, how much can you bench? And Lee said 5. What did he say, Joel? 520 or 40?
Yeah, that was now.
Not
That
now.
wasn't then.
He
So,
said that back in the day he could bench 5
That's
something.
like 5 of me.
That's 5 of Ian.
It's a lot of hot
Yeah,
dogs.
it is.
It's like 5 trillion hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he has some stories also. He's been to everything. He's been a cop. He's got they got that
He showed us pictures. He was shot in the line of duty, and
thing and
he showed us the pictures of him, during that incident. I mean, it was crazy. But it was a long time ago, I guess. But glad that he made it through that, and he's with us now, and he's pretty happy to be here. So, yeah, Lee, come on the show soon.
he's another one that I sent over to Colorado. Actually, he'll be in. I couldn't find. I was looking for some decent weekend run. I didn't want to chance like I had been running the guys, delivering on the weekend and picking up, especially with 4th of July weekend. So I was looking at decent money for, most of the places couldn't deliver till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, and going just from North Carolina to Texas, or I didn't want to run them all the way up to the Northwest because coming out of there right now is real crappy for a van. So I got them in Colorado.
They're both going there.
Yeah.
Doll and him, yeah. We had a crazy week last week here at the Deaton Fleet. One of the things I wanted to mention, and Ian can fill you in a little bit. So thanks to Damian Gray, our driver, he probably saved. I'm sure he saved a cargo claim. Joanna's trailer, which is I think it's a 2020 reefer.
Yeah, basically
lease trailer.
brand new reefer.
Yeah, I mean basically, she broke down after picking up a load in Arizona. What was it, Ian? What was on that? Cherries?
It was grapes.
Grapes.
It was grapes
Yeah.
coming out of there, going out to Rochester, New York.
And she didn't break. Her truck didn't break down. The trailer broke down. Parts. They don't even know if they can get parts for 2 months, weeks, or months.
We have no time limit on it right now. They just told her it's the computer for the brakes, and with a lot of things, those electronics are impossible to get right now.
It's just everything's on back order, and we've talked about that. So I gotta say, thanks to Damien, and thanks to Ian. Ian jumped in and got. So Ian, you got a forklift.
Oh yeah, I had to schedule a forklift and a pallet jacket out there.
He rented
they didn't
it.
have the forklift that we needed at the last second. It was like the car rental place. They ended up just giving us an upgrade. He had kind of like a stretch forklift where he could kind of put it in the trailer a little bit, so that helped out a little bit. But yeah, he got to Joanna and unloaded the whole trailer himself and reloaded it himself. So absolute amazing job. We were very lucky to have him.
And even Joanna said, because I heard Ian asking her if you guys got it under control down there, and she said honestly, he did it all. She goes, I wasn't much help. He worked really hard. She said that. And it was a really good paying load, so he'll do well on it. But hats off to you, Damien. For you saved a claim. I mean that's perishables. So we had to dispatch him there. He was about a day or so away, I think, if I remember correctly. He jumped on it when Ian asked him to. Hey, we need you, and he said, "Sure, I'm on my way." And so Ian booked him a load out there, and we did it. We didn't have a claim. We did have a small. They refused one pallet, I think.
Yeah. There was like one pallet that had like a couple damaged boxes due to the transload, but under the conditions.
One pallet's way better than a whole load.
So we ate that cost ourselves, that Damien didn't have to have or deal with any of that. I mean, he already went out on a limb for us enough. So, yeah.
So yeah, we took the Deaton fleet. Ate that cost of that. I think it was $1,000 or so.
Yeah, it was $1,100.
Yeah. So we were real happy that we didn't have to deal with a cargo claim on that. So it was a challenging week last week, but we got through it. Like I always say, this is a problem-solving business, and so yeah, every week there's new challenges. That was a lot of tough ones last week, but good job, Ian. Appreciate that. So I want to talk about, that's one thing I wanted to mention, but I got a guy I want to go over. Ray, you with me?
Uh-oh.
Can we screen share? We're going to screen share what I did with Ray.
Let me figure out how to do this here.
So Ray was ready to come out of the house on Monday. So from the pool to the, how do I say?
Gabagool.
Gabagool. From the pool to the gabagool. I had to ask Zach, what is a gabagool? I still can't explain
Prosciutto.
it. Okay.
Something Italian.
It's very Italian.
Something
Anyway, from the pool to the gabagool. There's Ray in the pool. That was over the weekend or last week. So he leaves the pool, and he goes to his truck, and he goes to Buda, Texas. That's 65-mile deadhead north of him, of San Antonio. And he took a load for $1,000 on 224 loaded miles up to Richardson, Texas. He delivered that Tuesday morning, right, Ray? Yeah, it was real early. It was a real early delivery, I remember. And then he went from there to Dublin, Texas. It was a little bit of a deadhead, 132 miles. He picked up a load there to, and I don't know how I'm going to say this, Womelsdorf?
Womelsdorf. Dumbledore.
Womelsdorf,
couldn't even pronounce it.
PA.
Matt just turned into a frog after you said that. So.
We got $4,100, Ray, on that load. It was about 1,550 miles. including his deadhead. So all miles, it was about 1,900 or so on the miles. Or 19, I got it wrote down, 1972 on the miles. And this is Monday through Friday. He'll deliver Friday morning in PA, and probably want to go back to the pool. But
I gotta stay away from that pool for a little while.
Oh, okay. So $5,100.
Did you pee in it?
And that's not his whole week. So Ray's on positive pay. He's always been on positive pay. So he gets paid after each load. So that was just Monday through Friday on about 1,900 miles.
Put some chlorine in that pool, Ray.
Yeah, it's not a chlorine. That's why I gotta stay out of it. It's getting whiter.
But yeah, so that was Ray's Monday through Friday. And Jim, how are you running this week before we get on to the news? Jim Mackey.
I picked up last week ago Monday in Waco and went to first stop was 100 miles into Carrollton, Texas, and then I went with the last 4,000 pounds to Crescent City, California.
Oh, we got to put those pictures up, Ian, that he sent.
Oh yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
I'll send those over to Matt.
Yeah, we'll
They're
put those up
beautiful.
now.
And of course, I had to go the truck routes and everything. It was clear up into Oregon and come back down into California. It was an extra like 160 or 170 miles. And then after that, I loaded out of on Friday
Slow down
night.
a minute. Let's talk about that at Crescent City, because the pictures I saw, you got to park the truck right on the beach, overlooking the ocean. There's
Yeah, it
mountains
was
on
right
one
on.
side.
It was right on 101, and
Yeah.
actually there was a closed down restaurant that was between me and the ocean. But I went out on the balcony in the back and took those pictures of the water that was like 75 foot from me. And then when I got up the next morning, I went over to make my delivery. It was a new casino they're putting in, Elk Valley Casino, I think it was. And I'm sitting there in the truck, and I happened to glance in my rearview mirror, waiting for the guy to get there to unload those air conditioners. And there was some elk that walked across behind me.
That's
I
really
sent
cool.
you a picture of that. And I was looking around some more, and I saw 3 more laying in the grass over there. And there's another one that was standing there. And I talked to the guy about it, and he says, yeah, there's about 70 of them elk that are around here, and they're in a protected area.
Well,
and they
Jim,
just wander around all the time.
So Jim, about 4 years ago maybe, Tina and I flew out there, and then we drove home. So we flew out one way, but we went down to San Diego and then took the 101 and the 1, and we went right through there. And Tina will tell you the same thing. We saw probably the same elk if they're in a protected area. We were blown away that we were right on the beach and we saw elk, and then there was a bunch of elephant seals, I believe is what they were. Did you see any elephant seals?
That motel that I was parked next to, it was a Crescent Beach motel, I believe it was. They actually, in their advertising, advertise whale watching. I kept watching out there the water, see if I could see something around, but I didn't see no whales. I don't know. Maybe it's false advertising. But,
I don't know.
We have whale
I didn't
watching
see
in the
any.
upper deck too.
But I didn't see anything. But it was kind of nice. I had one of those things where you used that extended reach forklift and had to use the chains to pull the air conditioners to the back and take them off. It was quite fun. So when I left, I'm going out of there, and the fog was like I was driving through the clouds going up over those little hills and stuff along the ocean.
Yeah.
It was enough I had to turn my wipers on. There was a little fawn that was running out in the road trying to get across. I had to slow down for it. I was too busy. I couldn't get no picture of it, but I had to go that extra miles out of the way and come back to Medford to load on Friday night late. Then I just delivered it this morning in Grinnell, Iowa. I had an appointment yesterday, but I couldn't make it because I had to do a restart on my logbook. I ran out of hours. So now here I am sitting in Mom's living room watching the Cubs game.
Oh, tell Mom hi,
Cubbies.
by the way.
Russ says hi. She said hi back.
Speaking of baseball, Jim, I know you and your mom like baseball. I went to the Indians Detroit Tigers game in Cleveland Monday night. yeah, what a great time. The Indians really put it on the Tigers. I had to text Tom and let him know because he's from Detroit. He's from the Detroit area, and rub it in a little bit. But what was really cool in the 7th inning, I think it was like either full count. The Indians were pitching, and the catcher for the Tigers was batting, and they were starting to rally. They had scored a few runs, and they were starting to. It seemed like they got some life in them, and so it was 2 outs, and it was either 2-2 or 3-2 count. And the whole place got quiet, and we had great seats, and it was right on the first base. I was sitting right by first base, just, several rows back. But so and the whole stadium got quiet, and there's 2 outs, think it was a full count. And all of a sudden, I just started, I couldn't help myself, and I'm like, "Hey, batter, 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 hey, batter," as loud as I could yell it.
Of course.
As loud as I could yell it. And as soon as the pitcher wound up and started to let go, I was like, "So, wing, batter, batter." And the guy he swung, and he missed, and he was out. And our whole section, even in front of us, they were like, "It was you. Way to go. We got it, everybody." And I turned around, because there's a saying here, it's a Believe land. That's number 2, Joel. That I turned around, and I was yelling in the crowd. I'm like, "Believe land." And everybody was standing up. It was a really good time. And the timing was perfect because it got quiet. So Tina and her mom and her nephew were just sitting there in their seats with their heads down. They were so embarrassed.
I can understand, yeah.
Yeah, I can totally see
Cut
why.
him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't. Yeah, we
Was
were
it dollar beer night too?
No, it wasn't.
50-cent beer. Now.
But
Yeah, they need to bring back.
I
10
gotta
cents.
be honest. Jim, your mom might appreciate that story, so you might want to fill her in. But
Yeah, I will.
I gotta be honest. When I'm at a baseball game, I mean, that's the time you can be a heckler, and I am. If I get the chance, I'm gonna yell at a player, and I seized that opportunity, and it was great.
If I'm ever at a game with you, I'm sitting like
And I will tell you,
rows behind you.
that was the first baseball game that Tina and I have ever been to together, and she had no idea that that's how I am.
Good God.
She's never going again.
Yeah.
She was like,
That was her first
yeah.
and last time.
She was very embarrassed. She just sunk down in her seat, but we had them going, man. All right, I'm going. Everybody was. People were high fiving me when I went up the steps after that. Yeah, it was great. So
Well, we're rather depressed right now. We're watching the Cubs game. They're playing the Brewers. It's the
6
top
in a
of the
row.
8th, and the Cubs are 7, and the Brewers are 15.
No,
Oh,
We're rather
okay.
depressed right now.
that's 6 in a row.
Yeah, well, speaking of the Cubs, we'll get to that in a second. I want to get on to the news, but I'm glad I got to share that story with you about my incident at the game.
Escort you out.
So, in the news, trucking news with Ian Dunlap.
Man, I gotta say it is a dry week for trucking news this week. There is not too much going on that's really newsworthy. Ports are opening back up in China. Other than that, I think on these weeks where there's a little slow, we'll check out what's going on at the Salina 52 truck stop. So I don't know if you guys know about that truck stop. It is the greatest truck stop in the world.
Salina, Tennessee.
Salina, Tennessee, the Salina 52. Shout out to them. They had a little fireworks stand pre 4th of July this year, and it happened to be a little bit too close to the pumps. We'll go ahead and put the picture up here, and they had what they call a minor explosion.
The picture was huge.
Yeah.
Smokers
Minor.
were welcome
Yeah.
at
So
the fireworks stand.
Wow.
they're having to do a little
Cigar
cleaning up,
fingers.
but I imagine they'll be back open here very soon. So shout out to Salina 52 truck stop. Check
And
them out.
in
online.
Tennessee, why would they? Maybe we'll get Austin to comment on this maybe next week. Why do they let fireworks set up stands at a gas station right by the pumps?
Well, it is Tennessee. Totally different world down there.
Fried
Yeah.
corn on the cob.
There is a fireworks stand over here that's right next to a BP. So,
Well,
I can
hopefully
see it.
they don't make.
Are
the same
smokers
mistake.
welcome there too?
oh yeah, smokers
Kumar.
welcome.
Kumar is on vacation in Michigan,
Reporting live.
reporting
sir.
live.
Reporting live
So
from Bel Air.
what else is that? What else is in
I
the
mean,
news?
really, that's it. There wasn't anything major going on
I did.
Police broke up an exorcism at a Home Depot in Philly.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
That was-
Bill Cosby just got released from prison, so. That's
and Ian, I
definitely
heard
news.
that the Yan Chin port is wide open again.
Yeah.
They squashed the virus and they're wide open.
They are having a ton of backup over there of ships getting into China.
Yeah.
But they're going to get that figured out.
They said a few weeks we're going to start seeing those ships show up on the West Coast, so that's going to be good in a few
10
weeks.
to 15 days.
It's good anyway.
Right now, the West Coast isn't as hot as it was. I think it's because of that decrease in the amount of container ships heading over here. But that's, like you said, it's about to switch.
Yeah.
After the 4th of July, it's going to be
so
crazy.
Be aware of that. Make your way to Cali maybe the next couple of weeks.
There you go. Well, thanks, Ian Dunlap. So Joel.
Going back to Cali.
Joe Howle.
I don't think so.
The over-under on Joel's coughs this week was 4.5, and we're up to 2.
We're up to 2. We're halfway done with the show. Hey.
Joel, so how about some wide world of sports
Talk about sports.
before
Do
we
that
get
first?
into questions?
All right. Well, hello, guys. It's that time again. Let's talk about sports. We got a little NBA, we got a little NHL, got a little MLB, some NFL news, a little tennis, a little golf, a little racing. Which one do you want first? Well, let's talk about the NBA. Last night in Atlanta, Hawks, Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks were about 15-point favorites in the game. House made a lot of money. Atlanta tied the series. It's 2 games apiece now. The game going back to Milwaukee Thursday night. But the big story was the injury of Giannis. You're going to make me pronounce his last name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Giannis.
Thank you for the assist, Zach. Giannis hyperextended his left knee pretty bad last night. It was tough to watch if you're squirmish on those things. He bent it back the wrong way, like 90 degrees. But
So that really changes
changes
things,
the dynamics of the entire the rest of the way.
that series.
2 teams in the West.
Did that change the Vegas line or prediction?
I
on
would
that
imagine
series?
so. I think Giannis is not going to play tomorrow night. So, before then, Milwaukee would have been favored probably 75-25. But now we got to see what Vegas lines are for tomorrow night. So, that series tied 2 games apiece. Out in the West, Phoenix still leads the LA Clippers 3-2. Game 6 tonight in LA. And of course, the winner of those 2 series will meet next week. Over in the NHL, the finals have started. Tampa Bay taking a 1-0 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Game 2 is tonight in Tampa Bay.
Champa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Champa Bay.
We're going to run it again.
Marbles. Going for all the marbles. Over in the MLB right now, before we get to the halfway point, the All-Star break is what I'm trying to say. Over in the American League East, we have Boston leading Tampa Bay by 2 games. Over in the Central, we have the White Sox 2.5 games over our Indians. And in the West, Houston has a 1.5 edge over the Oakland A's. Over the National League East, the Mets lead the Washington Nationals by 3 games. In the Central, the Milwaukee Brewers, Jim Mackey, are 5 games over the Cubs. Looks like they'll be 6 at the end of tonight. Those 2 teams were even last week. Come on, Cubs, shake it off. And in the West, San Francisco Giants still holding the best record in the Bigs with a 1.5 lead over the Dodgers. As Russ stated, talk a little golf. Last week here in Akron, we had the senior tour, and we had Steve Stricker winning that tournament by 7 strokes. Well, actually, he was 7 under. He won the senior. I don't know what the purse was, but it's probably more than I made today. Coming in second was Jerry Kelly at 1 under, and tied for third was David Toms and Fred Couples shooting a par. And over at the PGA, which is probably what I should have said first, in Cromwell, Connecticut, at the Travelers, Harris English took first place at 13 under and won his portion of 1.3 million. Coming in second was Kramer Hickok. I can't even read my own writing, but he made $800,000. And coming in third was Mark Leishman at 12 under at $510,000. Over in the NFL, no real big news to report, other than all stadiums are planning to host capacity crowds, and training camp opens July 21st with the first exhibition game here in Canton on the 24th, Cowboys and Steelers. Over in tennis, Wimbledon underway. Men's top 3 in the world right now. Novak. Can you help me with this, Zach?
Andre Agassi.
Novak Djokovic of Serbia. Daniil Medvedev of Russia. And Rafael Nadal of Spain. In the women's top 3, we have Ashley Barty of Australia. Simona Halep of Romania. And Naomi Osaka of Japan. Over in, let's talk a little racing. What do we got coming up this weekend? We have the Jockey Made in America 250 out in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin this weekend. The 4th, rounding off the top 10 in NASCAR. Number 10 is Christopher Bell. Number 9 is Brad Keselowski, followed by Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, William Byron, Kyle Busch. In the top 3 is Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Larson taking the top spot. Over in the Indy Series, we have here in Ohio this weekend the Mid-Ohio Sports 250. That's coming up Sunday the 4th. For the Indy Series, if you prefer that over NASCAR. And back over to UFC. I think the next big pay-per-view is coming up on the 11th out in Las Vegas. Kumar, do you know if that's the one where we'll see Conor McGregor fight?
Yes, I believe so.
264?
Who's he fighting?
So.
It's like Cormier,
UFC.
right? Daniel Cormier.
Poirier.
Poirier, well.
He's fighting
Dustin Poirier. That's, yeah.
One of the two.
Yep. Stephen Thompson, Gilbert Burns, and Ty Tuivasa, Greg Hardy. Looks like the main
Football
card.
player,
So,
Greg Hardy.
yeah.
Former bully.
Dustin was the one that beat him last time, right? Wasn't it Conor's last fight?
Connor's last fight was Dustin, and he got beat. And
so.
also, just a note, Sean O'Malley is also fighting. He's always one of my favorite fighters. He's kind of a little bit wild, kind of loosey-goosey fighter. He's always fun to watch. So he's
he has
a good
some
enough
good
reason
highlights.
to watch. Yeah, exactly.
Sean O'Malley.
All highlights.
Yeah,
That's everything he
he's got good
does.
highlights.
Human highlight reel, you could say.
You could say that.
Y2J.
So go Browns.
Go Browns.
So Kumar, is that you got any more for the MMA for sports?
I didn't watch the fights this weekend, but
What were you doing?
I
He's washing his hair.
none of your business. I was washing my hair.
He's on vacation.
Yeah, Cyril Gane fought Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski, he's always kind of been a big name, and Cyril Gane ended up winning by decision after 5 rounds. Tanner Bozer won by knockout or TKO second round, 2 minutes 31 seconds over Oven St. Preux, and that's really about it as far as that goes.
Kuma's working on those tender rejections.
Yes, the tender rejections.
I say that tender. I think tender is with an I, right?
Yeah, Tinder rejections. Yeah.
You're saying that tenderly.
Yeah, Tinder rejections are high today.
On vacation.
So with the sports, with that said, let's get on to trucking questions with Kumar.
Let's do it.
Kumar will battle Ray, Jim Mackey, and Johnny 5 is with us today.
Johnny 5.
So listen, guys, don't answer. Let our drivers answer before, because Mike and I are going to bet on this one since Christian's not here. So Doty, are you in? $20.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Who are you taking? I guess I got Coom, right? Christian
You
usually
got
takes
Kumar.
Coom.
Yeah,
All right.
I've had the drivers.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Kumar, let's get
So
to
let,
it.
let Coom
Let's do
answer
it.
first, and then if he gets it wrong, yada yada yada.
And
All
then
right.
then Joel, remember, don't say the answer till my guys get a chance.
Makes you think I know the answer. No. All right, question 1. How often do you have to renew your normal DOT physical?
2 years.
Bam. He got that one.
Slapped upside the head. on
I got
that.
it?
He got it.
Yeah.
How many hot dogs?
You
Nice.
need to-
Nice.
How many hot dogs too? Cool.
All
Wow,
right.
I came up with
Let's
that
go,
question,
Coom.
and
I'll
I didn't think he would get it at all.
you win this. You can collect the $20 from Russ for me. Buy yourself lunch.
I'll hold it for you.
Come on.
All right, he's on a roll. You ready, Coom?
Yep.
Here we go. Number 2. In shipping and receiving, who is the consignee?
The consignee.
Yeah.
The guy who checks in the load
Where
A
at?
little more specific.
in Wisconsin.
Really? What?
That's very specific.
Right.
The consignee, right? The Wisconsin.
Is that like 12 rates?
The Wisconsin. Okay, Ray, Jim Mackey, Johnny 5. Who's the consignee?
The
Shipping and
receiver.
receiving.
Receiver.
that's receiver.
That's right.
That's
1-1.
Oh, so I was kind of close.
Yeah,
the
if you're delivering in
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin,
yeah,
then
Wisconsin.
you're totally right.
If you just would have said the
Minnesota, you
guy,
got it right.
the guy that checks in the load at the receiver is on.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for, and you said
okay.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, if you just said Michigan.
He
you'd
was
have been
going for
correct.
specific. You guys said specific.
He was very.
All right,
1-1.
1-1. Ready? Number 3. Kumar, how long is a standard tractor trailer on average? The front of the truck to the DOT bumper.
Not including the trailer.
Including the trailer.
And we're talking
including
about
the
our
trailer?
our
Tractor
our-
trailer.
Basically, our Kenworth 680s, Freightliners. We're not talking about a big old,
How long is a
W9.
standard normal rig?
Your commercial fleet trucks with a normal.
You see,
He
Drive
has
in.
no idea.
you
what
saw
it is.
on the way over to Michigan. How
I'll
long?
go 45 feet.
Is that your final answer,
That's my final answer.
guys? Ray, Jim Mackey, Johnny.
I'm gonna say 68 foot.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got 68. What do you got,
I'm
Ray?
gonna go with 70.
70.
I got 72.
What do you got, Ray?
68.
68. What is it, Joel?
The answer is on average 72 to 75, or 225 hot dogs.
Well, my guys are closer,
I literally said 72.
but you're not playing.
But you don't have CDL.
Yeah, and you don't have a CDL.
No, he's on Coombs' team. I get.
I'm on
we get
Coom's
that.
team. If you got two people, we got two people. 2-1.
2-1, my guys.
Nope.
All right, number 4. Where we at? Number 4. Ready? Which skill as a truck driver would be considered very important while in the field? A. Quick reaction time. B. Teamwork. C. Performance. Or D. Communication skills.
What was the question?
All right, which skill as a truck driver would be considered very important while in the field? Quick reaction time, teamwork, performance, or communication skills?
I'm going to say quick reaction time.
What do you guys say?
What do you guys say, Ray? Hey,
I'd say
Johnny.
communication skills.
Okay, and you, Jim Mackey?
All of the above.
Yeah.
All the above. Okay.
Pencil that one in.
What about you, Johnny? Read the answers
I'm
again.
going-
Ray. Or,
I'm
Quick-
going with Jim. All the above.
Yeah, that wasn't one of the.
it wasn't one.
All of the above.
I
Okay.
mean, all these are kind of
Correct.
trick questions.
It is.
but,
I mean, all of them do apply, but there was one that it stood out to me, and I answered the same as Ray, and that was correct, right, Joel?
It was. In fact, I believe we lost a
Communication.
driver over that.
It was to a change this week.
Okay.
Communication is key.
That was going to be my next answer, but I thought quick reaction time might be.
Wow, 3-1.
alive.
3-1. Mike's
I
gonna
don't know
have
if you
to.
got someone to break.
I actually would have guessed what Coon guessed, but I was thinking along the lines of
Driving.
Yeah.
like for the individual driver.
All right, what do we got time for? 2 more?
Yeah, we do. Let's go.
All right.
10.
Kumar, the top 10 best semi-truck tires available. I named 10 of them. Can you name 4?
Goodyear,
Are we talking name brand?
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Oh, okay.
one.
Okay.
He's got 1,
Bridgestone,
2.
Yakima. Is
Nope.
that one?
Nope.
Firestone. that one?
Nope.
That's a park in Akron, but good try.
Toyo.
All right, what do we say? That's 3?
Is Toyo on your list?
Yeah.
Okay. 3. One more.
Wow.
So name them again, Coom. You got what? Bridgestone.
He's got Bridgestone,
You got Toyo.
Toyo.
No.
What else did you name?
Firestone. No.
No.
No,
He
that wasn't
named
it. Goodyear.
Goodyear.
So that's 3.
He's got 3.
One more.
I told
It's
you
gonna-
4 was the way to go, Joel.
It's gonna be so easy once I realize what it is, but I can't name a 4th.
Is it Japanese?
No hints.
I can't. I don't know.
All right. Ray, you got one? Name one for me.
Michelin, the number 1.
Michelin.
Mission. See,
We got
Super
him.
easy.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Ray.
Michelin,
Uh,
Bridgestone,
4 to
Continental.
1.
Yokohama too.
Yokohama, you were close, Coom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
Okay.
Yakima?
You were on the-
No, that's where
Yeah.
the cherries come out of.
Yeah, right. That's Washington.
Okay, we got time for one more question.
All right, we got
like
one
this
more.
one.
One more fun one. You ready, Kumar?
Yep.
All right. So what I am going to attempt to sing a verse out or some lyrics out of a song, and what I need for you to do is when I come at you and I say Kumar, I need for you to say or sing the next verse to this song.
You got it.
Okay? All right.
go.
So here we go. What 1980 Eddie Rabbitt song sings about life on the road as a truck driver? Karaoke up? Well, those windshield wipers slapping out a tempo, keeping perfect rhythm with a song on the radio. You gotta keep rolling. Ooh, Kumar.
On 18 wheels.
And
Oh man, that was so funny.
old school guys.
All right, give.
What is it-
how
what is
about
it?
Jim Mackey? Let's Jim
Deep
Mackey.
cut.
No, I got no idea.
Okay, Johnny.
Nobody knows what that is.
Johnny knows.
Do I need to sing some more lyrics?
I-
Well, the midnight headlights blind you on a rainy night, steep grade up ahead, slow me down, making no time.
What's
gotta
the,
keep-
Ray?
I don't know the lyrics, but I'll try.
Go ahead.
Ooh, I'm
Driving my life away. That's got to be the name of the song. If I'm not
Judges?
mistaken.
It
Or
is.
the
That's
same
it.
part.
It is.
Yes.
Mackie, 1980. I thought that'd be right
I thought
down
Mackey
your-
had it.
Don't you have Eddie Rabbitt's
Driving my life
cassette
away.
in your? No, I'm
Looking
kidding.
for a
Eddie
better
Rabbit.
day.
I don't even know if I've heard of Eddie Rabbit.
All right.
Oh, he was great.
You got to get it right. Jim's got an 8-track in that truck.
That song was on 8-track.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. There's one more question we had, Coom.
Yeah, it's spell
Oh yeah.
Albuquerque.
We'll go ahead and do this.
Let's do this because I want to get some other opinions
For
before we tell
everyone.
the answer.
All right, guys. How many cases of beer will be purchased over the 4th of July weekend in America?
Consumed, which they'd be purchased too, but how many cases of beer will be consumed over the 4th of July weekend in America? Kumar.
Cases,
Cases.
not individual.
50 million.
And what kind?
Bud Light.
Labatt Blue.
Mad Dog 20.
Wait, he said 50 million. Okay.
Yep,
Who said
50
that?
million.
Kumar
Coon
said that.
All right.
What do you
I'm
what do you
going
say?
the
other.
What do you say, Doty?
I'm going with 3 million here.
What do you say, Zach Kern?
I said 56 earlier.
56 million. What do you say, Matthew Deaton? How many cases of beer will be consumed over the holiday weekend this weekend? 4th of July. How many?
69 million.
69 million.
Nice.
What do you
Nice.
say, Ray?
I'll go with the 150 million on the hot dog.
Jesus. Bunch of alcoholics.
Pilsner. Miller Lite in the pool.
Okay.
And let's not forget, that's cases of beer. So how many
Cases.
beers is that times?
Like a 32 rack.
24?
24
And
beers.
that's Bud Light.
What do you say, Johnny Five?
I'm gonna go with 66 million.
66 million. Jim Mackey?
58 million.
58 million.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What did Johnny 5 say?
Johnny
66.
said 66.
Okay.
The answer is 63 million cases of beer on the wall.
Really?
Closer beer than the hot dog.
3
Take
million
one
too
down,
high.
pass it around.
150
65
million.
cans of beer on the wall.
68
Yeah.
million cases?
Well, 63 million. So Johnny Five wins the prize.
Let me see your bitter
Vienna
beer.
sausages.
what's considered a
Nice.
case?
Tell your dad
24
one.
Give you my stepdad's address. He likes those.
So that was so. And Ray's answer, is that how they do it in San Antonio, Ray? It's 150.
That's how he does it at his
million?
house.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's how he does in the
Yeah.
pool.
Only during graduations and quinceañeras.
So Johnny Five joined us. Good friend of he's a good friend of our fleet. He's also the one a few weeks back or a month or so ago. He was hauling trucks and we talked about it. He had dropped off some trucks at Truckworx. So what have you been doing lately, Johnny?
Let's see. I actually just got home today. I had 3 Amazon Prime vans. They were a little bit fun to load because of how I had to configure that load. I'll make sure I get those pictures up to you. Let's see. Before that, I had 2 F-750s and 2 F-650 Fords from Avon Lake, Ohio. Just brought those into Florida. Had a couple of Chevys. I've had Isuzus. I've had Ford Transit vans, just the cab and the chassis itself. So we call that a cutaway. And I've been keeping myself on the east side just because California dried up a little bit. One of the plants down in Mexico.
For moving trucks. Yeah.
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 One of the plants down in Mexico, their road from the plant to the port had washed out. So all the vans couldn't make it to the port, so that way they could get redistributed to Portland and San Diego. So it just kind of got a little stale for us to pick those up. So I've been keeping on the East Coast to stay busy and stay profitable.
Yeah. Hey, Jim Mackey, speaking of, we were talking about the West Coast and you were just there. Did you see any wildfires or anything out there?
The only time I saw, oh no, that was a couple weeks before that, Flagstaff. No, I didn't see anything this week. I come across 140 in Oregon and then Interstate 80 across. I didn't see anything, smoke or nothing. The week before, I was across Interstate 40 there, and Flagstaff was pretty smoky.
Yeah.
But that's all I.
Yeah, I heard it's
nothing this
really
week.
hot, or I've seen it on the Weather Channel too. That
Well, when I was
really hot.
Friday night, when I was in Medford, there getting loaded, it was 100 degrees, about 7 o'clock at night, and the guy says, "Well, stick around. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 113."
Wow.
Which was really strange because when I was over on the coast in the morning, it was only 50, 52 degrees. So just to go that 115 miles as the crow flies inside away from the coast, it was 55 degrees, we'll say, to 100 degrees. It was pretty crazy.
I was talking to Jesse, so it would have been about, I'm guessing it was probably 10 o'clock here, so it was about 7 o'clock this morning in Arizona. And I think he said it was 106 at 7 in the morning. I think
Yeah.
that was I think that's what he said. He says real hot.
Yeah, it's really hot out there in spots. But what was crazy, Saturday or Sunday, I had to do a restart, and I was in Fort Bridger, Wyoming, and the high was 75.
Yeah.
I didn't get back into the hot weather until I hit Iowa.
How's it been down there in Florida, Mike? Real humid?
Yeah, it's summertime. We pretty much get showers
Every
every
day.
afternoon. Yeah, and
Man,
then,
this is
90 and 100% humidity.
That's how it felt here yesterday, honestly. This is Northeast Ohio, so, I mean, we don't get a lot of super sunny, hot days, I would say. It's, a few days a year, Zach, would you say, probably, that are above 90? Maybe just a handful?
Yeah.
And yesterday it was a little above 90, and the humidity was so high, you couldn't even go outside. It was just horrible.
It was literally unbearable.
It was. Yeah.
I remember when
Meridians call that Tuesday.
Yeah, I remember when my brother moved. His first year of residency was in Ohio, and I helped him move up there, and I've stayed up there with him for a week or two. And I remember the weather lady saying, given the count of how many days in the summer there was above 90.
Yeah, it's not many.
I was like, man, we're counting how many days below 90.
Yeah.
And
I read somewhere, and this wasn't recently, so this, I don't know. I know it was accurate, but so the Cleveland gets about 60 some days of full sunshine a year. That's it. The rest of the other roughly 300 days are, cloudy. It's a little cooler and or partly cloudy or rainy.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Cleveland sucks. So
Not according to Jim Carrey. Cleveland rocks.
yeah, that guy sucks too.
you know what's crazy about those beer and hot dog numbers I just did? So I'm still thinking about that. The cases of beer, that's 1.5 billion beers. That's 10 times.
Can you count that? Can you sing the song for that?
That's
Count down
10
from 1.5
times,
billion?
right? That's 10 times more beers than hot dogs that are going to be consumed.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I believe it.
It's because beer gets out of your system quicker.
People are pounding those suckers.
Than hot dogs.
Well, you got to think, kids, everybody eats hot dogs. There's only,
Kids also drink beer
Well,
too.
not
Our generation.
Right.
hopefully not at 8 years old.
Right.
But
Depending
their
upon what
bottle-
part of the country you're from.
Right.
right.
Also depends on if you're on a military base or not. Barracks parties get out of hand sometimes.
Well, you could drink when I was in the military. So I was in the Army. It was a long time ago, but you could drink if you had a military ID at 18, which I was, on post at the enlisted men's club. Is that how it was in the Marine Corps, Joel and Johnny?
I was the E-Club, and
Yeah, enlisted men's club.
I was 19 and getting sloshed. I don't remember.
Yeah.
We'll put that picture
What?
up again.
When I went through, that was 2010, so they were firm on the 21 or older.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you were in a foreign
these dudes
country,
are
then
ancient,
it
so-
dropped to their rules.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1990.
30
Yeah.
years,
3,
years
Joel.
ago. No, that's
Yeah.
4.
What do we got?
Is that
5 more
four?
minutes?
That's 4.
I took the over.
1990,
Johnny
I
was an
wasn't
apple
born
seed.
yet.
You were
Hey,
an apple
I
seed.
was born in 91. Just to make you guys feel old.
I'm younger than you, so
Hey.
I'll take it.
I'm not the oldest on the show. Jim Mackey.
Thank you.
Not
Thanks.
pointing any
Got
finger.
off the hook on that one.
Jim's my buddy. I'm second oldest on the show.
Yeah,
Coming in at
tomorrow I
4.
get a year older.
Oh, do you? Happy birthday,
Well,
Jim.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm right behind him at a staggering 49 holding.
Ray's like 65. He just doesn't look it.
So, guys, thanks for coming on the show. This was a fun one. Thanks, Kumar Sneed, for taking care of the tender rejections. That was great. Yeah, that's right.
Spell Albuquerque.
Yeah. You want to take a stab at that one?
Turkey.
LMNOP.
Is that did he just spell Albuquerque?
He's trying. He's
No, it's
attempting.
Albadoiki.
It's tough. I look at maps every day, and
Spell Economawalk.
I struggle with that one every time I go to write it down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm horrible at spelling.
Oconomowoc is where the Wisconsin E is.
Eh.
Yeah. You got that,
Is
Kumar?
that over by Oshkosh?
Yeah. Oshkosh, yeah. They got a Wisconsin E, too.
Yep.
Closing out the show, guys, Truckworx, Kenworth of Dothan, Alabama. I did touch base with Brian Ashmore down there. I called him.
alive?
Yeah, I called him last night. I mentioned a week or so ago that I haven't talked to him in a while. And we were kind of talking about putting together a little
Hot dog stand.
hot dog stand, and but coming up with a plan for some of our drivers going forward in the future. Brian had some really good ideas. I'm pretty excited to dive into it a little more. We're not in a hurry, but ordering some new trucks. We're kind of getting an idea of putting some numbers together of how much a new truck with full warranty. Brian and I were talking about a 2-year warranty, 200,000 miles, basically the factory warranty, and then you can get for about $5,000. With an air conditioning system warranty for about $6,000, you can get a warranty that'll cover that truck for take you out 5 years. And at that point, Brian said that he does this with some other carriers like us. He'll put together a plan where we have basically a guaranteed, if it's 45,000 trade-in value. So it'll put the driver in the driver's seat. Basically, they can get a brand new truck every 5 years and have a decent payment and have it covered under warranty the whole time and turn it in with a guaranteed buyout, or we can sell it. They can sell it on their own, or if we're buying, I'm going to do some of these, but if we're buying it, we know we're going to get, if it's 45 roughly from Truckworx, we know that number up front. They'll pay for that. Or if we can sell it for 50 or 55, 5-year-old truck, we can go ahead and sell it on our own. And Brian and I were talking about maybe staggering it and getting, maybe a couple trucks every few months or something like that. That way, as we get down the road, 5 years and then 6 years, we're getting to a point where we're getting new inventory, new trucks every few months. And I like the plan. The reason I ask him about it is because, we've got some drivers that are going to pay off some trucks here in the next year. Some of the Deaton trucks that I've helped them buy that we've got from Truckworx, and I know quite a few of them are going to want to use those. They're going to get the title from us, and they're going to want to trade them in. So I'm looking forward and trying to get a plan together so they have an option with if they want to go into a new truck with a reasonable payment. So just something that we're putting the numbers together now. But anyway, Over the Road Apparel, work clothes for the modern day trucker, prime wellness and performance in San Antonio, Texas. Zach, be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Check out our Spotify. We're on Spotify. Also, Ray, you tied with Patrick Thomas, the finance coordinator or manager at Truckworx, and I texted him and let him know that, and he said, since you're a customer of theirs, Ray, and you've bought a truck at Truckworx, that he relents his prize to you. So I will send you your $20, Ray.
Your hot dog.
Your 2 million
okay.
hot dogs.
Having said that, everybody have a great, safe week. And Tom's doing great, by the way. He was thinking about if he felt good enough, he would have came on the show tonight, but didn't work out. Tom, we're all pulling for you, and I've talked to him a lot. He's doing great. And having said all of that, go Browns, go Indians, and go Cavaliers.